Hey y'all, how are you today? It's Thursday. One more day till the weekend. Not that that really means anything to a lot of us because we just work on through the weekend as well. But I hope that you're having a good Thursday. It got really, really cold compared to what it was yesterday. Yesterday was a beautiful day. Stella and I took a little bit of time yesterday afternoon and walked over and walked around the pond and chased sticks and played out and just played and ran. She runs like a crazy person when she gets over there. So we took a little bit of time yesterday, but we're sure not going to do that today because it's very, very cold. I'm ready for the spring, the real spring, not the fake spring, because we always get a few days of nice weather and then it just gets really cold again. And I'm just glad I'm not living in Oregon where they got 11 inches of snow in an hour period or something like that. And people were stranded, and I can't imagine. So, be praying for those people that are battling difficult circumstances weather-wise. And we have been in Psalms 40 this week, or I have been in Psalms 40. I guess Mike was here on Monday, wasn't he? Um, but Stella and I have been in Psalms 40 this week. So I stopped at verse 6 yesterday, and then verse 7 says, "Then I said, Look, I have come, as it is written about me in the Scriptures. I take joy in doing your will, my God, for your instructions are written in my heart. I have told all your people about your justice. I have not been afraid to speak out, as you, O Lord, well know. I have not kept the good news of your justice hidden in my heart. I have talked about your faithfulness and saving power. I have told everyone in the great assembly of your unfailing love and faithfulness." And that's truly what he calls us to do. Stella's going to join me again today. She likes to be she likes to be up here. There are people here decorating for a wedding this weekend, and she's kind of mad that I won't let her out there to help them. But so it says that I take joy in doing your will, my God, that your instructions are written on my heart. And that's where his instructions should be. His instructions should be written on our heart, because out of the overflow of the heart comes out your mouth. So if your heart is filled with all of his instructions, all of his joy, all of his goodness, all of his patience, all of his kindness, all of those things, that will come out your mouth, and it will show in your life as well. And that's what he's asked us to do. I have told all your people, not just some of the people, not just who would listen. I've told all your people. And that's what he wants us to do. He wants us to be about spreading his good news, not only in word, but in action. Our actions, I've said it so many times in the past few months, actions speak louder than words. By far louder than words. You can apologize to somebody all day long. You can apologize to him 15 times, 16 times, 200 times. But if your actions don't line up with that apology means absolutely zero. I've had somebody apologize to me several times for the exact same things every single time, but the actions still speak louder than those apologies do. So do I accept those apologies? Sure, I accept those apologies. Yeah, we're going to move on from this. We're going to do great. We're going to be wonderful. And then when the actions show me that no, that apology was insincere, then I just brush the dust off my feet and keep on moving, which is what he has told us to do. But I have not kept the good news of your justice hidden in my heart. I have let it just go. I let our light shine, so to speak. We're a city on a hill. Where we let our light shine, the darkness has to flee. So that's what he's asking us to do, is to let our light shine, to tell everyone that we come in contact with the good news of his word, the good news that he is coming back, and he is not coming back as a meek, mild person. He's coming back with a vengeance. He's coming back to take what is his. He's coming back to set up a new reign. And what an amazing time that will be. But until then, we have been told, and he's told us, go out into the world and preach the good news to every creature. We each one have creatures in our lives. We each one have people that are, I call them porcupine people. People that kind of just rub us the wrong way. They poke us. Those are porcupine people. We still need to love the porcupine people. Even when Jesus knew Judas was going to betray him, he still ate at the table. He still got his feet washed. he still ate at the table. So even with those porcupine people, we still need to love them. Sometimes we have to do it from afar, but we still need to love them and be kind to them. So, I have told everyone in the great assembly of your unfailing love and your faithfulness. His faithfulness is good. Sometimes we don't see his faithfulness because we're so lost in our own misery. We're so lost in what's going on around us that we can't see God's faithfulness. And a lot of times we won't see his faithfulness until we get to heaven. And I truly believe that he's going to show us how many times he truly did save us through our lives. That being 5 minutes late because you whatever may have saved you from a bad accident. I truly believe that. Kanan and I were on our way back from Texas, and we had just crossed crossed over the Red River, and my GPS started telling me reroute. So I was like, okay, Kanan, we're going to take an adventure. We're going to reroute. Come to find out, there was a horrific accident on I-35. And we would have been in the middle of that. My GPS rerouted us prior to that accident ever happening. It kept us from being in that place at that time. And it wasn't because traffic was backed up. It wasn't, I don't know why my GPS did, but it did, and it kept Kanan and I safe because we would have been there about that exact same time that accident happened. So I know that if his faithfulness is true. I know his faithfulness. Sometimes we get lost in not seeing it because we're hurting so bad or so many things are going wrong, and we're just, sometimes we want to, just scream and shout, and he expects us to do that. Don't think that God doesn't want you to come to him with all of it, not just part of it. He wants even the anger, even the questions, even the everything. It is not a sin to ask him why. I don't know where that came from, but it is not a sin to ask him why. But it is a sin to reject him. That's where we get in trouble. Just because something happens doesn't mean we need to reject him. We need to trust him to walk us through whatever that is that we're going through. So I hope that you will hide his word in your heart, or let his instructions be written on your heart, and that you will overflow out of your heart into your life the goodness and the faithfulness and the gentleness and the kindness, all of the fruits of the Spirit that he has given each and every one of us. He gave us such a great gift when he allowed Jesus to go to the cross, and we just need to live up to that goodness that he has given us. Sometimes it is hard to give mercy and grace, and I understand that, but that's what he's expecting of us, because that's what he does for us each and every morning. He reaches us with new mercies and new grace every single day. So I pray today that you would just be lifted up, and that you would write his instruction on your heart, that you would get into the word, and that you would just be obedient to what he tells you to do. If he lays somebody on your heart, call them, text them, pray for them, whatever you feel like he's having you do that, because he puts that person on your heart for a reason, because that person needs you. And if it's reaching out to them, if it's just a text that says, hey, I'm thinking about you, I'm praying for you, I don't know what's going on. I don't need to know what's going on, but I know that Jesus has you. Even those small things, they mean a lot to people who are hurting. So I hope that you will do that today. I want to thank our social media sponsors, Dawn and Sheila Ferris, Bob and Gina Biswell, Howard and Janice Clark, Leonard and Debbie Spencer, Gordon and Dee Kennard, Genesis Home Health, Turnbow Trailers, Parco Tax and Services, My Travel Misha, Stacy Reese, the Watkins family. We have two new sponsors, Travis Holloway and Ted and Alicia Crocker. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart for helping us and helping us make this live daily. I pray that you will receive the blessing that God will give you from sowing into this ministry. I thank you guys so much for that. We don't have anything the rest of this week. We had a good, youth was pretty good last night. It was really, and for those of you who prayed for that, thank you so very much. And we were down a little bit in numbers, but we still had a good group of kids, and I feel like that they really got, fed in more ways than just physical food. And so I thank you guys for pouring into that ministry as well, and for praying for that ministry, because it's very, very, very important. that we reach these kids on their level. This Sunday, we have services at 9 and 11. Barring no complications, Mike will be in the pulpit on Sunday. We will have a safety team meeting following the second service. We will feed you, and then we will go into the safety team meeting. We were going to try and do qualification, but it's supposed to rain on Sunday, so I don't know that we'll get that done. Elders and deacons, we do have a meeting at 4 o'clock. And then ladies, we have a meeting at 6 o'clock, and we'll be going over the first week in our Discerning the Voice of God Bible study. So I hope that you will join us. And if you haven't joined us yet and you want to, it's not too late. We'd love to have you. We just gather casually in here in the sanctuary. I just make a circle and we sit in a circle and we just share with one another. We lift one another up if the need be. So if you haven't and you want to, just come join us. I'm not sure about the Wednesday classes right now. They've not been well attended, but I keep asking the Lord what I need to do, and I keep getting back, if it's just one, that's all that matters. So I'm not sure about those yet, but I'm going to continue having them until the Lord speaks and says no longer. So, and then men's meeting is on Mondays at 7. So I hope that you will join us this Sunday. Looking forward to great services. Worship team has been on point lately. Their songs have just been amazing. And that's what the Lord wants us to come in and lay aside every weight, every burden, and just enter into worship with Him. That's what it's about. That's what we need. We need that worship time with Him, and we need to be fed. Our souls need to be fed. So join us Sunday, 9 or 11. I hope you guys have a great evening. Stay warm. It is cold, so stay warm, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great evening.